left outside, alright.
Good Thursday morning, Grenada, Carriacou, PT, Martinique, the Eastern Caribbean, and the rest of the world. It is a good day to have a good day. The 16th day of September 2021. Hope everybody is mellow. Hello, everybody. Everybody, hello. Good morning, everybody. Everybody, good morning. Bless up your whole selves this morning. And I trust you had a restful and peaceful, wonderful Wednesday. Whichever platform you're using to join us on Good Morning Grenada this morning, thank you so very much. Those of you on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11 and 20. Good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9 and Hot 98.5, 98.7, and the folks joining us on Party Grenada and Go to Fet Facebook pages. To those of you on Hot 98, Gary, Mr. Smooth is not in today once again, and I am here to fill his seat. Hopefully I'm going to do a good job, so let's keep our fingers crossed that I keep our hot listeners engaged just like Mr. Smooth does. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And those of you joining us across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are, a spicy Grenadian 473 morning to each and every one of you. And those of you joining us internationally, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Bless up your whole selves. Let's get into it. My heart is a little heavy this morning, but I'm going to try my best. It's going to be a sticky kind of day, but Blossom is going to try her best. Let's get into it. Let's see what this morning's word of the day is. This morning's word of the day is exonerate. Exonerate. It's spelled E-X-O-N-E-R-A-T-E. Exonerate. It's a verb which means to clear from a charge of wrongdoing or from blame. Exonerate. Exonerate comes from the Latin verb which means to unburden. That verb combines the prefix ex with onus, meaning load or burden. In its earliest uses, exonerate was applied to physical burdens. A ship, for example, could be exonerated of its cargo when it was unloaded. Later, it was used in reference to the freeing of any kind of burden, including blame or charges of wrongdoing. The word of the day this morning is exonerate, spelled E-X-O-N-E-R-A-T-E, a verb which means to clear from a charge of wrongdoing or from blame. An example of the use of the word: the witnesses' testimonies were key in exonerating the defendant. Another example of the use of the word: the actor met with the workers who helped him prepare for his role as a father desperate to exonerate his jailed daughter of a murder conviction in France. The word of the day this morning, exonerate, E-X-O-N-E-R-A-T-E, a verb which means to clear from a charge of wrongdoing or from blame. It is Thankful Thursday, so let's see what the thought of today is, and it's a very simple one, and it's something that a lot of us take for granted. The thought for today: that breath that you just took, that's a gift. And I'm going to add to it, be thankful. That breath that you just took, that's a gift. Be thankful. There are a lot of people that we are hoping could take another breath. A lot of people are not getting a chance to do so, especially during these COVIDious times. Over the last 24, 48 hours, it's been, the thing's starting to get a little bit more sticky and stickier and stickier. You have to give thanks for every little thing. That breath you're inhaling there now, that's a gift. Not everybody was able to do that this morning. Some people are able to take a breath, but they're fighting to take the breath. Let's all give thanks. So the thought for today: that breath that you just took, that's a gift. Be thankful. All right, let us see what is celebrated today. Quite a few things are celebrated today, but the one that I'm going to point out is today it is celebrated. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure I have my information correct. Right, so today it is the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer. This is a situation that I grew up hearing about, trying to protect the ozone layer and the things that we are doing to destroy it, and the things we are doing that we can do that can help the ozone layer. It was a few years ago that they designated September 16th as a day to recognize the importance of the preservation of the ozone layer. The layer around the planet is like our favorite childhood blanket, safe, protective, and only requires a little attention and care in return. International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer is a day dedicated to giving back to our planet, and more specifically, the ozone layer. A lot of things that we're doing, emissions, gas emissions, when we burn, all those things damage the ozone layer, and we need to play our part and do what we need to. Let me see what I could tell you all to do to recognize. Don't burn nothing today. No burning bush or garbage. There are a few things we can do, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. No burning bush, no burning garbage, no burning nothing. We're putting off the burning at least for today on International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer. That's how we are going to play our part today. That's what I'm going to ask each and every one of us to do. All right, let's go to the information now. A lot of people were happy to hear yesterday when the government announced that September 25th and 26th will be recognized as National Days for Spiritual Reflection, aka National Days for Prayer. A lot of people have been calling for this for the past few weeks, maybe months as well, especially as we go through these COVIDious times and the way the COVID situation is unfolding in Grenada. So my birthday weekend, September 25th and 26th, those are the days that have been declared for spiritual reflection in recognition of the critical role of spirituality in dealing with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. So let's get ready, and not just because it's 25th and 26th does not mean we cannot pray every other day. We can have our own prayers for the nation, but we're just coming together in one voice on September 25th and 26th for the National Days for Spiritual Reflection and Prayer. So let's get ready for that. Whatever you need to do to prepare for that, whether you want to write a special prayer to say, or whether you want to come together in your own household on those days to pray for one another and for the nation, then you do that. September 25th and 26th, that's not this weekend, but the following weekend, National Days for Spiritual Reflection and Prayer. All right, let's get ready for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio and those of you on our visual platforms, we bring you highlights of last evening's newscast. I was going to extend some condolences to some folks, but not ready. My heart heavy this morning. Let's go to the break and then go to the news. This is Good Morning Grenada. Classic Hot 98 GBN. We'll be right back.
Head of the Roman Catholic Church, Bishop Clyde Harvey, was on a humanitarian mission today. He has visited senior citizens' homes which have been impacted by COVID-19 and reached out to family members of a dozen residents who died in the last few days. He spoke with GBN's Rena Pear Thomas today.
12 elderly citizens who resided at the Hilarion and Hillview homes died between Saturday and Sunday. 10 of them were COVID-19 related. The official cause of death of the other 2 residents have not been confirmed. 21 residents at the 3 geriatric care center have been diagnosed as COVID-19 positive. These facilities are operated and managed by the Roman Catholic Church. Head of the diocese in Grenada, Bishop Clive Martin Harvey, showed up for the families and staff members today as he hit the road and visited the 3 homes. He told GBN after his visits that it is a very difficult period and the church is taking additional steps to keep staff and residents safe.
As a matter of fact, with regard to testing and so on, that is now in place. We have come to an arrangement with the ministry whereby that will be done regularly, and I hope that works, because in the early stages it was very difficult to get a team up to St. Patrick's to do what needed to be done. But I think one of the good things that will come out of all of this is that people will realize the urgency of both testing and vaccine.
Bishop Harvey intimated that protocols had already been implemented to secure residents, but the Delta variant hit the homes harder than expected. He stated that vaccination is not mandatory, so when the next of kin to residents and the majority of the staff opted out of vaccination, they could only respect their choice.
The law requires that you get permission from whoever is the person responsible for the resident to give that permission, and that permission was not forthcoming in a number of cases. I don't have the exact figures now. But with regard to the staff, the same thing applied, and we've had to respect that because there was nothing in our contractual arrangement to them that said they had to be vaccinated.
The bishop reassures the public that they will continue to do everything within their power to care for and secure staff and residents. Senior citizen facilities on the mainland are not the only ones affected by the outbreak. Over on the sister isle of Carriacou, the Hilltop home has also seen a spike in cases.
With respect to our senior citizens home, our only senior citizens home, that is the Top Hill Senior Citizen Home. At present, previously as reported, we had 4 active cases there. Late yesterday, however, another 4 of the residents were tested positive. In addition to that, many of the staff members, the workers there, also contracted that virus. And so we are, together with the board and the management team of that institution, together with the matron, we are putting together a contingency plan to ensure that the residents there continue to receive the necessary care and attention that they require at this time.
That was Minister of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs, Kendra Maturin-Stewart. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett-Thomas reporting.
While the relatives of senior citizens' homes tried to come to terms with the loss of their relatives, another community felt a pang associated with losing a loved one. The Royal Grenada Police Force and the families of a policeman were also thrust into bereavement. Kristalina John reached out to Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin today.
The Royal Grenada Police Force lost its first officer to COVID-19 earlier today. ASP Byron Klein was last attached to the Central Division, and he transitioned this morning at the Princess Alice Hospital in St. Andrew. It was a tough day for Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin and his team.
Well, I can tell you, Kristalina, that one can never find the right words to say in circumstances like these. But I assure you that the RGPF is shaken and deeply saddened by the news of the passing of ASP Byron Klein, who had served just over 36 years of dedicated law enforcement service to the RGPF and our country. Klein has served in many departments and stations, and as such, he has built enduring relationships with colleagues, officers, members of the public, and stakeholders, all of whom are likely to be impacted by the news of his passing in different ways.
As a mark of respect, all police flags are being flown at half-mast.
Yes, I have instructed that the RGPF flag drops at half-mast. It is a historic practice by the force whenever a police officer dies, whatever the reason may be, as part of it indicates that the force is in some measure of mourning and that a member of the force has died.
The police head has been in contact with Mr. Klein's family.
And so I therefore want to take the opportunity here to extend sympathies and condolences to his family and friends, his department, and by extension the entire RGPF family. And might I add that while his physical body leaves us, I pray that his spirit and treasured memories that he left us will continue to live with us going forward. I also reached out to his wife today, personally, to extend sympathies to her as well. It certainly is a very sad day for us.
Approximately 160, which represents about 20% of officers in the RGPF, are currently infected with the virus and are in isolation along with their families. With the new regulations in place and the 2 weekend lockdowns, lawmen are stretched beyond their limits, working extended hours to man checkpoints. Kristalina John, GBN News.
Well, we here at the GBN were confronted with our share of bad news today as family members informed us of the transitioning of Michael Haskell Ellis. He's the first known local media personality to succumb to the complications brought on by COVID-19. Many of us knew him as Mikey P. Ellis started his career in the early dispensation of Radio Grenada, which was the forerunner to the Grenada Broadcasting Corporation and then Grenada Broadcasting Network. Among the mature radio audience, he is remembered for his excellent choice of music mixed with one of the best vocal tones on radio in the 1980s and 1990s. His radio sobriquet, Mikey P, was rated among the best when he took to the airwaves for Twilight Melodies, a post-afternoon into dusk musical journey which took one away from the humdrum of the day and set the tone for a relaxing evening as people got ready for bedtime. Luther Vandross was one of his favorite artists, and he would long be remembered for his Mahalia Jackson selections. Later on, he was also situated on the bumper-to-bumper shift, which served up musical accompaniment as workers made their way home after a day at the office, construction sites, and other places of employ. Being as versatile as he was, Mikey P made the transition from easy listening music to more up-tempo rhythms as Radio Grenada transitioned to the Grenada Broadcasting Corporation and now the GBN. He played a pivotal role in the newly minted Sun FM as it made its debut on the emerging new radio format. Still at the peak of his career, Ellis called it a day on radio and then settled into the marketing side of the business. GBN Head of Sales and Marketing, Mrs. Janelle McDonald, is among those who can't fathom life without him on Team GBN.
I'm still trying to come to terms with Mikey's death today. Mikey was such a jovial, happy soul. Always willing to help, to be there, to be a friend. Very good at his job. His death is a huge loss for the GBN, for the media fraternity. He was a friend to everybody. I don't think there's anybody who could say anything negative about Mikey. It's a tough one. Condolences to his family, his daughters, his son. It's such a huge loss.
Saying goodbye to a colleague is never an easy thing. Here I am trying to say goodbye to another of my colleagues, Mikey P. Mikey P was a friend, and every time I saw Mikey P, every time we meet, he always had a good advice to give me. Mikey, you will be missed. I know you are in a better place. Godspeed.
The management and staff of the Grenada Broadcasting Network extend sincerest condolences to his family, friends, and business associates. May his soul rest in eternal peace. And we interrupt for a brief moment to bring you a breaking news story. We understand that there has been an accident at Corinth in St. David's. In our studios, we are hearing the emergency vehicles traversing the Lucas Street main road. And so we have inquired as to what's up, and what we have been told is that a bus has flipped on its side while traversing the Corinth main road this afternoon. We have one excerpt that was submitted to us via social media, so we'll go to that at this moment.
I'm fucking the red bus. One over me. Anybody else in the bus? Nobody in the bus.
We will be in touch with the Grenada Police Force to get further details on this, and as soon as the information is passed to us, we will share it with you. How unfortunate, a similar incident happened along the Grand Mall main road 2 weeks ago, and so it is a situation that we will continue to monitor, as we said, and bring you updates as they become available. Our next story tonight deals with the inter-island travel strain.
Under SRO 36, Regulation 15 places a restriction on domestic travel, whereby citizens are banned from migrating between Grenada and Carriacou. Exceptions are given for transport for freight or travel essential for trade. The Osprey Lines made their last service call on September 3rd. Cargo boats are allowed to take goods back and forth, but they are not allowed to shuttle passengers between the mainland and the sister isles. Due to these restrictions, a resident of Carriacou, Lawrence Allard, has been stuck in Grenada.
I always come down and sell crab on every other Friday. So I come down last week Friday and sell crab. And within coming down and sell the crab now, I don't sell my crab and everything now, and it's like, I have a return ticket. I come down with Emilia or the motherfucker on a return to go up the Wednesday. So now the Prime Minister come and see now they're locking down the country, you know what I mean? So they have a big problem for me right now, you understand? Right now I get stuck inside Grenada.
In his attempt to return to Carriacou, he was requested to provide a COVID-free certificate.
My family is from Grenada. My wife and my children is from Grenada. Everybody okay. Nobody not sick. You understand? Me include. I ain't sick. And I understand why the reason they're telling me I have to take a thing to juke up in my nose. You understand? I can't take this thing juke up inside my nose, you understand? Because I youth man now. So now I was young, I was still bleeding in my nose. I was still have a problem bleeding in my nose, you understand? So I'm trying to say now I can't take this thing juking up inside my nose, you understand?
Pointing to his inability to work in Grenada while his landscaping business is on the sister isles, he is pleading to the relevant authorities to allow him to return to Carriacou.
I stay with my wife, I live with my wife and my family. You understand? But I need to go and make money. I can't be dependent on my wife. Because she's working. I'm an independent man. I need to do my thing for myself. I need to get my vibes going. You understand? I know what to take. A woman taking care of a man. And a man take care of a woman. I need to go and work and be a man.
The landscaper tells GBN that he is concerned about any tests that involves the nose swab.
If a test and a positive, what do you want me to do? Where you want me to go? Go and reach my family? Make everybody sick? Let me go in my house in Carriacou. I have my own house in Carriacou. My house locked down in Carriacou. You understand? Everything locked down up home. You understand? And it's like me alone with it. You understand? Let me get to go to my place. I need to go home.
Regulation 15 states that with the approval of the Ports Authority or the Airports Authority, no person shall enter a vessel unless he or she has been subjected to a rapid test, which results are negative. GBN has been informed that other methods of testing are available for persons who are unable or unwilling to use the nasal swab method. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
While passenger services are placed on hold to help curb the spread of the virus, health officials are ramping up protocols to keep islanders safe. The first known case has been recorded on the smaller of the two sister isles. We get that story from Rena Pear Thomas.
Petit Martinique, which was unscathed by the virus since its outbreak in Grenada in 2020, has recorded 5 positive COVID-19 cases. Though its big sister Carriacou has been experiencing a steady increase in numbers over the past few weeks, the island was able to somehow keep the virus at bay.
The positive case in Petit Martinique did come from a fisherman, as far as I'm aware, that was out with his Grenadian group and returned to Petit Martinique after a stint at sea and returned positive. That individual was able to be identified and isolated quickly. Time will tell whether it was quickly enough, but so far it does appear so. But that would have been the first of COVID's most recent attack on Petit Martinique. And we were able to fend off, but there will be others. There will be other attacks.
Minister for Health Nicholas Steele. He pointed out that the small island does have its challenges when it comes to adequate health facilities to address COVID-19. However, he gives the assurance that a contingency plan is in place.
Petit Martinique does not have a hospital based on its size of population. It has a health center. And therefore, the protocols that we put in place is to move individuals much sooner, much faster to the general hospital or to the point of care. And therefore, the Petit Martinican people themselves need to be more diligent. And they have been. But we need to remain cautious and not take anything for granted.
Contact tracing continues in neighboring Carriacou. Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, Kendra Matuin-Stewart, says the active cases on the island passed the 50 mark.
I can report that we now have 57 active cases in Carriacou and 5 active cases over in the island of Petit Martinique at the moment. Of course, we are concerned with the rising numbers, but what we have noticed thus far is that the recent cases, the latest cases, are really contacts of previous positive cases. And so it means, therefore, that our contact tracing efforts and activities are really working.
Minister Stewart says that there is still light at the end of the tunnel, as she has seen increases in residents and businesses following COVID-19 protocols, which reduces the spread. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
After a one-week hiatus, buses will resume full services tomorrow. Crystalina John is on the Transport Service Beat and brings us up to date.
Many bus operators have fallen victim to the coronavirus in the past 2 weeks. More than 30 of them have tested positive. One driver and one owner died last week. The association suspended service to the public last Wednesday for 1 week to review the operational code and decide on the way forward. President Garth Woodruff says they are ready to resume full operations, but with stricter guidelines in place.
Safety, right? It's all about safety. It is definitely not any sort of industrial or strike action or anything like that. It is really just about safety and mitigating the spread of COVID. Yeah, so that's what spurred the decision. It was a very difficult decision. It came from all the presidents of the association. We gathered, we spoke, and that's the solution that we came up with while we strive to prepare, right? And that would be obviously steps to mitigate the spread.
During the 1 week break, the association developed protocols to ensure the safety of both passengers and the operators. These include the provision of masks for drivers and conductors and the provision of sanitizing solution for passengers. Last year, the regulations made provision for a reduced number of passengers on buses. We ask Woodruff whether this is being enforced again.
Right? No, there's not much people taking public transportation. So there really isn't much, persons traveling at the moment. Now, to further say, you should carry less, right? In the name of safety, it is an option, right? But we have to look at how long can you do it for?
The NBA's president says they will continue to weigh various options as they analyze the cost of keeping buses on the road amid decreased demands for their services. Crystalina John, GBN News.
A situation to watch. We'll keep following and bring you updates as they unfold. Teachers say they miss the innocent faces of their students, and children will tell you they wish to be in the classroom hearing from Sir or Miss daily rather than following them on online platforms. But as we will hear from Rena Pear-Thomas, that will not be possible anytime soon.
Parents may have to keep their irons in the closet and school shirts on hangers, as Minister for Health Nicholas Steele announced on Wednesday that classroom sessions may be suspended past the September 20th reopening date. Minister Steele, who was speaking on GBN's To The Point program, says the spike in cases does not indicate the possibility of face-to-face teaching in the coming week.
Blossom, we haven't made a decision on that, but I think members of the public need to to be. Most of us are well versed that with this level of community spread still going on, we cannot contemplate opening our schools, but a decision has not been made. But remember, these types of decisions are based on science, and the science is showing what's happening in our communities for the time being.
While this is so, the minister was happy to say that they have seen an increase in vaccination among persons between the ages of 12 to 18.
We don't have an exact one, but we are seeing a significant amount of persons between 12 and 18 who were not before didn't have access. So it is pleasing to see that. So we're getting whole families now being fully vaccinated. Because any parent who went forward to get the vaccine before, when it was only AstraZeneca, most definitely are coming forward now with their kids.
Schools were scheduled to reopen on September 6th. The date was shifted to September 20th due to the spread of the Delta variant in Grenada. Since then, teachers have been conducting classes via online platforms, as was done months before. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
My Digicel presents Hit by a How-To. Here is how you can purchase a plan in the My Digicel app and get instant access to all of our apps. It's simple. Let me show you how. From your home screen, find the Plans and Bundles icon in the lower left corner of your screen. Tap it to see your available plans and bundles. You can choose between a Prime bundle with data and talk or pick a plan from the Available Plans tab. Find the plan that's best for you. Then hit confirm and you're ready to go. With your new plan, you may have access to more of our apps. Find them in the More from Digicel section and hit download for each of our new apps. You can also upgrade your current plan or bundle under the Active Plans section of your homepage. Excited to try it out? Download the My Digicel app today. My Digicel, better together.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
never an answer. You keep on saying it's the telephone. Maybe that's why we're not together. Hey lady, get ready. I said, hey lady, you drive me crazy. Knock about, knock about, knock about, knock about, knock about, knock about. but you didn't see the caller's ID. So why you keep on doing this to me? Or maybe there is somebody. Hey lady, get ready. I said, hey lady, you drive me crazy. Knock about, 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 knock about. You don't really seem to understand how much that I love you. I wanna take you by the hand. So why you do the things that you do? Hey lady, get ready. I said, hey lady, you drive me crazy. Knock about, 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 knock about. You know, no, knock about, know the love. Knock about, knock about. Don't keep on knocking about. Don't keep on knocking. Don't keep on knocking about. Come on, baby, coming home. I need you now.
Doing alright. And thank you for the part that you all played in my life. Hello, everybody. Everybody, hello.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada, 20 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Those of you just getting out of bed and just joining us, happy to have you. Those of you who stuck with us, thank you for your patience. Let's get into it. It is Thursday, which means it's time for Talk the Things Thursday. Thank you very much. Going to give you a topic and you're going to share your thoughts on it. So this morning, here's what's going to take place. So yesterday, while some of us were quarreling with the TV and cricket and going about our daily business, members of the upper house, the Senate, met yesterday. And there were the passing of the supplementary appropriation bill, and that is what caused a little bit of tension in the sitting of the House yesterday, in the sitting of Senate yesterday. So the three senators appointed to represent the opposition walked out of Parliament yesterday. And they claimed that the leader of government business in the Senate, Senator Simon Steele, bullied Senator Matthew Joseph. I'm going to play you an excerpt of Senator Steele's response to some comments made by Senator Joseph, and then I'm going to play you the opposition's response to Senator Steele. So first things first, let's go to Senator Steele, and then we're going to go to the opposition, and then we're going to talk the things.
Senator Joseph is new to this, so I'm trying to give some latitude. But I urge more thought goes into the members' contributions as we move forward. You can't come here and read back to us a report on the agriculture sector that government prepared that outlines the potential of the sector, the challenges, a way forward, and then present that back to us as if we don't understand, we don't care, and we don't know what we're doing. That was a government report that's outlining a way forward for the agriculture sector. So do not misrepresent information that is available to you. Use it in the correct context. You can't come here, Mr. President, and say, and I'm quoting this, we could not believe what we heard. The country doesn't need a stimulus package. What is needed is to stimulate the economy. Where do I start with that, Mr. President? I'll say again, the country doesn't need a stimulus package. So what we've put forward is rubbish. What the country needs is the economy being stimulated. That is precisely what is being put before us. If members focused on what is before them, outlining the way forward with additional resources. These are additional resources, speaking specifically on the capital side, on top of the $305 million that was approved in this House at the end of last year, that is focused on moving the country forward, creating economic activity, creating jobs in extraordinarily difficult times. The budget that was presented for this year is the largest capital spend ever in this country. And what we're bringing before members today, right in front of us, is additional $55 million more. We're not asking, we don't know where, it's not that we don't know where these resources are from or we're cutting. Mr. President, these are additional resources, either grant resources, free money that we've been able to access to supplement initiatives to drive the economy and keep our people safe in these difficult times.
And that was Senator Steele in the Senate yesterday. Following, of course, he continued. He went on in his rebuttal. And when they came back from the break, members of the opposition senator decided, you know what? We don't want to be a part of this. So let me take you to their response to Senator Steele.
How Senator Steele spoke to Senator Joseph is of great concern to us. It is bullying. We are here to have a healthy debate, to agree and to disagree. We would like to withdraw our motion, and can we please ask the House to excuse us? Thank you.
That is yourself, Senator Sensei, and Senator Joseph?
Yes.
You sure you all are withdrawing?
Yes.
Okay. Noted.
And that was the opposition. So let's talk the things yesterday. Let's talk the things about what happened yesterday in the Senate. Let's go. The landline number 435-2041. The WhatsApp number, it's also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. No voice or video calls, no voice notes, no YouTube links, no pictures, no videos, only written messages on WhatsApp. And you can also talk the things in the comments on Facebook and YouTube. The opposition says it was bullying. Members of the Senate, or the government side of the Senate, said it was education. Talk the things. Let's go. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. Hello. Buenos dias. All right, lost that one. All right, let me see what's going on here. Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right for the time being.
All right, talk to things.
Okay, unfortunately, I didn't hear all what you said, and I didn't hear Mr. Joseph part of the story. I would have liked to hear all the different parts. The lady that read the note and said that they walked out, I didn't hear what she said too. So she said after she spoke to Mr. Joseph, they have came to a decision to walk out. And they withdraw their statement. So if she withdraw, that means what they have said, they consider it to be not valuable again, because they withdraw. I heard what you said about Mr. Steele, what Mr. Steele did. Mr. Steele said that this is the government proposal, and to me, it's more or less a child play game. I can't see the seriousness in it. Because if you disagree with the government, the opposition side have a right to disagree with anything that they don't satisfy with. But to just walk out because you disagree and withdraw, I don't think it makes much sense. But the government have the right to defend themselves. The opposition have the right to be satisfied if they feel so. But to walk out because you're dissatisfied and to withdraw your statement, I don't see the sense in it. Right? You could sit in a house and disagree with the statement coming from somebody. You don't have to walk out because you're dissatisfied. That's how I see it. And both of them have their right to stand their own. But you don't have to walk out and withdraw. If you withdraw, that means you're telling the nation that you're no longer interested in what you said. Am I right or wrong?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. I don't know, but I think this is a child play thing. We need to see more upliftment in the parliament of this one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Those of you just joining us, we're talking the things this morning following the opposition senators walking out of Senate sitting yesterday after accusing Senator Simon Steele of bullying Senator Matthew Joseph during the sitting yesterday. Once again, the landline number 435-2041. That's also the WhatsApp. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Doctor.
Morning, how are you?
Good, and morning to your listeners and viewers. Now, like myself, like the previous caller, I didn't hear everything. But what I heard, I think I could make a comment on it and not try to defend the government as the previous speaker tried to do. Based on my experience with the senator, I agree with what the accusation of bullying. To me, that's all he does. Bully people. So it's unfortunate that what we're dealing with at the moment, the seriousness where people are dying, we are unable to attend to that. And then we're doing the romantics in parliament, giving fancy talk and that kind of thing. Using the Queen's English to really have an advantage. I would say that I agree with the previous caller too that we need to have the parliament lifted in terms of the quality of conversation that happens there. But when you have the kind of people in government in the Senate, how could you have any meaningful conversation? We have to be serious. We have a situation where everybody's on the same side with one exception in the House of Representatives. I know in the Senate, thank God there's a few sane people, a few of them, that have the head on the shoulder with the rest of people who are almost dumb. I agree with him. We need to really expunge that group so that we could take the nation's business seriously and not use public relations as a means to govern this country. I'm very annoyed that we can't see the seriousness that people are dying. In fact, we could have prevented it in the first instance. And people are dying and we're talking nonsense in Parliament. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. This morning we're talking a situation in Senate yesterday with the opposition senators walking out of Senate, accusing Senator Simon Steele, leader of government business, of bullying one of their own senator, Matthew Joseph. Let me go to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, is it bullying or educating? This one is another one with misinformation. Yes, I believe it was education. Somebody else on Facebook says these people feel they could speak to people like they want. This government has no vision, no plan of action to develop the country, yet getting offended when suggestions are made. Develop the economy, stop handouts. Yes, walk out on them. Even Senator Diali clearing his throat when he's speaking to them. Good morning, caller.
This is Senator McQueen.
Good morning, Senator McQueen.
I would love to come on.
Okay, go right ahead.
Another one.
Just turn down the volume on your radio or your television. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, we walked. This is my second sitting in the Senate. Oops, sorry. The first one, I was totally shocked. We are there to represent the people of Grenada. We are not given the voice. Before you open your mouth, you are shut down. Senator St. Clair asked questions since June, and they refuse to give her the answers. If you do not need an opposition in the Senate, then you change the law or do something. You cannot shut grown people down, educated people. You know, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a successful businesswoman. Most of the people in the Senate hasn't even run a ice cream parlor. We are there because we are all concerned. When I said a month ago to close the country down because I saw the COVID hole that they had at the airport, Senator Steele, the minister, said I was trying to look for fame. When I played the tape, what the manager said, they had no swab on the airport. He came and he said, I lied. When the reporters asked him, this is proof that we have no swab on the island. What did he say? He had no comment. We spent $200 million on buying Grand Lake. When COVID hit Grenada, the senator had the audacity to come on air and said they had 9 beds and hopefully they will have 54. You spent $50 million debushing. When our family are dying, when COVID take all over Grenada, and when we want to speak as the opposition, we are shut down. I don't have time. I have 4 of my family members, my brothers and them, that are not taking the vaccine. You know, we have enough on our plate. We are there to speak. We could agree and we could disagree. But these senators and them has been there. We are new. They're supposed to hold our hands. Before I went into politics, everybody said to me, Miss McQueen, stay out of this. It is dirty. It's a dirty game. If you're not prepared to fight in the mud, don't go in. I could fight like an alley cat. I'm not scared of them. You know something? But we have to change the politics in Grenada. Grenadian does not belong to one side. Grenada belongs to all of us. I have 40 employers I'm trying to keep to feed their family. When I go into the Senate, I'm going on serious business. I'm going to represent my people. Don't shut us down. Don't make us feel like we are children. No respect. I heard some of the women ministers just cry because of the way they get spoken to, and everybody going around chatting behind the door and not coming out. This is the reason why Grenadians does not speak out. You know why? Because they are victimized. I said to one of my friends last week, I said, do you think I have mental health problem? Because the only person that is speaking out is me, the drunk, and the mad people. Every Grenadians are frightened of speaking. And the only thing they could stop doing is buying my water. But you know what he's going to do? He's going to get, the only thing he's going to stop is my Grenadian people who I come here to work and give a job that we're going to affect. We've been going right through the COVID last year. We haven't closed down. This year, we haven't closed down. You know why? Because we owe Grenada a service. Grenada has done a lot for me. I owe Grenada a lot. And that is the reason why I'm so passionate, and I'm going to stand up and I'm going to fight for Grenada with the last drop of blood I have. We have to stop this victimization. We have to, only one set of voice you hear in Grenada. Every Grenadian, their mouth, all of a sudden, like somebody chopped their tongue off and somebody chopped their fingers off. They don't say anything on Facebook. They don't say anything on the radio because they're scared. I'm not scared, but I am not going to sit and let anyone speak to me like I'm a child.
So, Senator McQueen, there are people who are saying they don't see it as bullying, they see it as education, the way Senator
This is not educating. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
In school, I, as a child, was dyslexic. I know that we had a school book called Nolan and the Farm. I know that book by heart. You know why? Because it was beaten into me. Grown people do not shout at each other. We discuss. We're discussing Grenadian business. This is not a private business. We're talking about Grenada. This is not education. If you want to educate somebody, we are new senators. You sit down and you discuss. And then we all come to an agreement. Well, this is what is better for Grenada. You cannot come in there and say, well, I'm educating you and I'm going to shout at you. And listen, I had to put my hand on my head, and then one of the politicians going to turn around and say, get used to it. We have so much domestic violence in Grenada. How many women in Grenada now you are telling, get used to it, when your husband beating you up and your children is crawling in the corner? I had to say, please stop. Please. It's the anger, the frustration. And when I went up to Minister Steele and I said, how do you feel? He told me, I feel good. Is this educating? We have to stop. We are all Grenadians. We are going through a very difficult time at the moment. We have 61 people in Carriacou with COVID. We haven't even got a hospital over there that if these people sick, right? You have trailers all around Grenada to put a dead body. Who next? Let us speak. Let us speak respectable to each other. And Grenada has the right to open their mouth and speak. Everybody, that is what we should be doing. We should rent somebody and speak to them. Because we are we're having mental health problems. Do you know what it's like when they tell you in the next 2 weeks' time, 50% of Grenadians will get COVID? I have workers that left their job because they're living in the home with all family, and they are scared in case they bring it. I have one worker that was working with me that had COVID. He's living in a house with 7 of them. His mother called me and said, I'm fit to come back to work. I had to tell her no. Why the government and them do not go and get places that when one family member in a house got COVID, they could take that person and put them in a place to recuperate before they're sending them back in the family. One person have COVID and you're telling them go back home and give the others COVID. This is the thing we're written to speak about, not telling to shut us down.
So, Senator McQueen, I also want to ask as well, there are people in the comments that are saying maybe walking out was not the best action. You should have stayed and stand your ground.
They don't give us a chance. They shut us down. I got up to speak to ask a question. I wanted to ask Senator Steele, why spend $200 million on Grand Lake in the middle of a pandemic? Before I open my mouth, the man shut me down. I lose my thoughts. You getting up, and before you get up, they're ready to fire at you. You have to be there to feel the atmosphere. I am not going to go and represent Grenadians if I cannot do my job properly. If I do something wrong or I don't get it right, these people and them are seasoned politicians.
And in the interest of full disclosure, what was the motion that the opposition senators tabled and then withdrew?
This is again. Everyone is asking what is the full disclosure. Let us forget about what is the full disclosure, and let us concentrate on stop the bullying.
No. The question is, what was the motion that was tabled and withdrew?
They was asking
withdrawn
for more money. Senator, I have another call coming on, which I have to take from the UK.
No problem. No problem.
Right. But I'm sorry. I'm angry, but we have to do better. We are all Grenadian. When you look at it, we are all one family. And, there are some of us that really love Grenada. And the bullying, and that we all saying for children must speak up. Children has been sexually abused, they can't speak up. Adults has been bullied, we can't speak up. Women has been beaten up in their house, they can't speak up. But you know something? I'm going to speak up. And if they want to fight dirty, I will fight them like an alley cat.
Thank you very much, Senator McQueen. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. That was Opposition Senator Rolanda McQueen. We thank her very much for calling in just to shed some more light on what took place in Senate sitting yesterday that led to the opposition senators walking out of the sitting and accusing Leader of Government Business in the Senate, Senator Simon Steele, of bullying. Let's take a quick break and then we're going to come back and continue with Talk the Things Thursday. This is GBN Hot Classic.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
We've gone through a season of such darkness in this world with COVID-19. We've seen such terrible sadness. We've seen global death. And now we see a light in the tunnel with the vaccination programs globally. And, still the light is not totally bright. But I want to tell teachers it's a great time to be a teacher. It's a great time to be an educator. I want to tell children it's a great and a wonderful time to learn. And I think God has given us an opportunity to be in a different kind of learning space. And I think that we should take all opportunities that we have as we move into a new academic year, 2021 to 2022. I want to wish everyone the best. I want to ask God's blessings on our education sector. And I look forward to great and marvelous things coming out of all of this, even after COVID.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100-pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. Talk to Things Thursday. This morning we're discussing a situation in Senate yesterday. The members of the opposition senators, they walked out of Parliament yesterday accusing Leader of Government Business in the Senate, Simon Steele, of bullying Senator Matthew Joseph. So that's what we're talking about this morning. Somebody in the comments says it was education. So what do you think? Education or bullying? I played an excerpt of the presentations yesterday, the rebuttals and responses yesterday. But in the interest of time, we're going to get right back into the discussion. Let me go to some of our comments. Somebody on Facebook says, if that was education, would it be okay for us to speak to the children in the classroom like that? Somebody else on Facebook says, I thought this walkout thing was of the past. As opposition, you must stand your ground. Government has never respected opposition in any way. It is, in my opinion, bullying by Mr. Steele. Back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Good morning. How you do?
I'm trying to cope.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
In this time, it's difficult. My heart goes out to all the families who are in mourning. For whatever reason, we say God is good and be strong. And Blossom, this is a time when, it's a delicate time. And we have to learn to speak properly to people because you just might be hurting them. I remember as a child when you're growing up, they said the nicest words I know are these: excuse me, thank you, if you please. And too many times we hurt people just by the manner in which we talk to them, and we're not even aware of that. And if we are mindful of these things, how we would like people to speak to us, to our families, to our children, then, we know that the same would be meted out to us. I feel it for the senators. They are equally qualified and educated people. They were selected to be there, and they should all be treated respectfully. And if walking out is their way of protesting, then they have to do that. But, as leaders, we have to learn to respect each other and do the right thing. At the end of the day, we are working in Grenada's interests, and let us do what is best when it comes to decision making for Grenada. We are surrounded with enough pain, and we don't need to inflict more on others. Have a blessed day, Blossom, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, caller. You have yourself a good day as well today. Let me go on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, adults must respect each other. Senator Steele feels he is big and large, but time will deal with all of them. His tone is disgusting. Shame, shame, shame. Rubbish. Let's stimulate the economy. No vision, no foresight. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I think Mr. Steele has the wrong portfolio. He should have been the Minister of Finance instead of Minister Bowen. And I think they have the right to walk out than continue to listen to Senator Steele and his nonsense. Like the both Steeles enjoy the bullish mentality. Let me go back by Facebook until the phone rings. Somebody on Facebook says, handouts for once, nothing for future. Okay. Oh, all the quarreling, sorry. Somebody else on Facebook says, this is Parliament. What bullying stand up? This is Parliament. What bullying? Stand up to your comment. I'll stop quarreling in the comments. Good morning, caller.
Blossom.
Hi.
Let's please remember to remind us Grenadians that this is another lockdown weekend. Because, somehow a lot of people maybe don't listen to the radio or they don't have TV and they tend to forget.
Okay.
But we would have a lockdown from tomorrow.
From tomorrow.
Or no movement weekend.
Yes.
So that people should be reminded that they should, go to the markets and pick up and, restock. Okay. Because all places would be closed on the weekend.
Okay.
Thank you. For your time.
Okay. Thank you very much. Back on Facebook, somebody says, yesterday a young lady took her sick 14-year-old son to the clinic in St. Andrews. She was told by the nurse that she was tired from doing COVID tests, so she did not assist the mom with the sick child. This is unacceptable. I'm suggesting you call the Ministry of Health and make a formal complaint. They may not be listening to the program as we speak, which reminds me to remind you all, pick up a phone and make a phone call. Call the police, call the Ministry of Health, and not just in relation to this, but things that we've seen. Somebody told me the other day that they were on a bus with a lady and she was saying her son was at home in isolation, but she is sitting on the bus with everybody else and nobody told her anything. Why? No. We enabling it. Make reports, do your part, call the police, call the Ministry of Health. When we seeing and hearing things, don't just rant and rave on Facebook and social media and to each other and not call the authorities that can actually do something about it. Please. Good morning, caller.
Blossom, well, I must admit that I probably didn't even I know I was listening to the news, but what exactly happened with the Parliament? So before I make a comment on the alleged incident in Parliament, did all the senators walk out, including the fisherman senator to all the senators? No. The opposition senators?
Only the opposition senators. They were discussing the Supplementary Appropriation Act for the addition to the budget. Senator William Joseph made a comment. Senator Steele was responding to it, and The opposition senators felt like he was bullying them, so the three of them, Senator Sincere, Senator Joseph, and Senator McQueen, walked out of Parliament after they came back.
The fisheries one?
No, just the three opposition senators.
So your question, if it's justification?
Yeah, not necessarily. What are your thoughts on how it unfolded and what happened?
Well, you see, I didn't exactly see, so I can't make a comment, but the thing about it is just that people have the right to, if they're not satisfied with something, to walk out. Not really, no. No, I take that back, because you see, remember, I always talk about this thing and all it does get back. Remember that we, the taxpayers, are paying these people their salary. We are paying the senators, and they have no right to walk out. Irrespective of how, I understand that probably maybe the man had been disrespectful, and we know how that administration operates already. All of this is sort of a dictatorship way, and what I say is either my way or the highway. And we know, and they don't have this country, this mess today. But what I'm trying to say is that because we are the taxpayers are paying the senators, they should stay and stick it out and try their very best to see how they could handle the situation instead of walking out. Walking out to me is an insult to the taxpayers of this country who are paying you. So I find I understand the whole scenario now, but I still say walking out. Remember, we're paying you, and you should stick inside there and see how best you could salvage the situation, because we are paying you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate. Let me go to YouTube. I saw some comments on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says, she was complaining about not being able to ask questions. You asked her a question and her entire demeanor changed. She did the same thing they did to her. She spoke longer than the time allotted, but when it was time to answer questions, she had a call coming in from England. Oh, the irony. Back on Facebook, somebody on Facebook says or asks, who really teach people to walk out of Parliament in Grenada? We have to check the records. Another Facebooker says there was no need to walk out. Stand your ground. Don't make it personal. Put your points forward. Seek for a solution. Don't walk out. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
How are you this morning?
So thanks.
May God cover you under His blood.
Amen.
To all you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
And keep heart.
Thanks.
Thumbs up. So God cover each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the thing tough. The thing tough. Good morning, caller.
Morning, greetings, my sister.
Greetings, how you do?
Are they holding on, you know?
All right, stay holding on. Stay safe.
Family-wise, all you good?
Yeah, man, we good. Can't complain.
Stay safe, right?
You too.
Yeah, well, what happening now is that I see that like money talk and brainwashing taking place. Because all them that come with the money talk and think that they rich and they have money and they could rule things, they don't have the brain to run things. The brain is already done brainwashed out. So when they go in the parliament and mama guide the people with their stupidity, I wonder how the little children and them that have little sense today thinking about them and what they're thinking about, what they're facing when they're reaching the stage to do what these guys and them are doing they know. And doing it in the most backward and foolish way that you could ever think. We are a little country, and when people should come together in this crazy time, you have to say, come together and see if we can strengthen each other. These people and them only on a confusion-making game. Because the game they're playing is all because the corona gets so rampant. Long before corona, they're treating us like little dogs and little chickens. You know? Time for these guys and them to check themselves. Money walk and the, I don't want to say the talk,
yeah, don't say it.
I don't want to really say it, but that's what they're in the head. I set up all thing that they're in the head, and they're proving it because when they come and they express themselves, when they think they're in authority, they have to realize, respect the woman too, because a lot of them think the woman and them, they like the Taliban to them. They want to use the woman and like how the Taliban using the woman, cast them away. That is where we come from. Even the seed come from with backbone, but you have to go there to make all of us be recognized. If you don't have a father, you don't have a mother. If you don't have a mother, if you don't have a woman, you don't have a man. We come in this world through this process. And it's time that our Grenadian people Stop putting your faith in these guys and them that for over 20 years they have us, fooling us, making us stupid. Now everybody living in fear. Because of what? The carelessness. They are the ones who let the problem that we're facing today with the government, they are the ones that doing it. Give thanks, my sister. Bless her.
Give thanks, caller. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Calm down. Calm. I know. The thing does get... Okay, let me read some final two. Let me see the time right. Maybe two more comments I can read this morning. Somebody on WhatsApp. I do not think it's accurate to say the folks walked out of Parliament. They followed adequate protocols and were excused as they desired. That's walking out. Walking out does not necessarily mean picking up your bag and leaving. You have to ask permission to walk out, if that makes sense. Yeah, you can't just get up and leave. So it's still a walkout because the sitting was not completed. The same person says, on another note, the Parliament is a place to dialogue on important matters. If they didn't have the testicular fortitude to address the matters at hand and rebut or provide some substantial contribution to the meeting, they did the correct thing. Perhaps they need to find something else to do with their time, and Parliament is not the place for them. When you are in the enterprise of politics, a few hard words or difference in opinions should not shake you. This does in no way suggest that parties should disrespect each other in the process. Somebody's calling the WhatsApp. No calls on the WhatsApp, please and thanks. Okay, that's where we would have to end Talk the Things Thursday for now. We can continue the conversation. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow, please the Lord, in open line on To The Point. So those of you on WhatsApp, I will keep your comments. Facebookers, maybe you can copy it and get ready to paste it tomorrow, please the Lord, so that I can read them when we come back for open line on To The Point tomorrow, please the Lord. In the meantime, let's get ready to join the BBC for its 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you once again for participating in Talk the Things Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's a thankful Thursday. Give thanks for life always and observe the COVID-19 protocols. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good day.